Dillian the Body Snatcher right here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
So I just watched a clip from Paulie Malignaggi where this is on Sky Sports. Of course, he's over here to do some punditry work for Dillian Whyte versus Oscar Rivas. And Paulie Malignaggi, he will never pull any kind of punches. He will say exactly how he feels it. He may be a little bit politically correct at times when he has to be, but ultimately, you know what it is exactly that Paulie Malignaggi is saying. Where he's saying about that Deontay Wilder, well, he said a champion, but it has to be Deontay Wilder because he's asked about the WBC situation, isn't giving Dillian Whyte a world title shot. And Paulie Malignaggi, he's saying that all champions probably want to fight the best, but they will always weigh it up, risk versus reward. And why go fight, say, a Dillian Whyte, where the reward is very high, but the risk far outweighs it? Because with Dillian Whyte, he can outbox you and he can knock you out cold. Or Deontay Wilder and go fight Tyson Fury, potentially he could get pinged around the ring for 12 rounds and lose. But that's far better than getting knocked out cold. And very good chance that he could earn more money against Tyson Fury than what he can with Dillian Whyte. Which is a kind of fair argument, I think. But when it comes down to a point is that in reality, Wilder had his opportunity with Tyson Fury. And he messed it up, is what happened. Or Tyson Fury was just that damn good. And they needed the judges to screw Tyson Fury. We know that. But when it comes down to Dillian Whyte, Wilder isn't going to want to give Dillian Whyte a voluntary title shot. When you look at all Deontay Wilder's opponents, who's he really fought that he could go, that is dangerous, outside Luis Ortiz? But even then with Luis Ortiz, what's he really done to have earned that kind of profile or that reputation as some kind of boogeyman? Fact is, he's older than Povetkin. He's never been a world champion. So when you weigh it up, Povetkin is a far more dangerous and credible opponent than Luis Ortiz. So Luis Ortiz, high blood pressure medication, all these kind of things get weighed up. Wilder, well, not necessarily Wilder, but his team will certainly look at the opponents, and Wilder, his team has been hand-picking opponents for him, and that included Tyson Fury. Because Tyson Fury wasn't supposed to go 12 rounds with Deontay Wilder. He was supposed to get knocked out early doors. Shelley Finkel said Tyson Fury was much, much better than what we thought he was going to be. That tells you in itself that they thought that Tyson Fury would be an easy victory, a guaranteed knockout. He would be too rusty. And they can claim lineal. But it backfired on him. So when it comes around to Dillian Whyte, when you weigh it up, a fight with Luis Ortiz or Dillian Whyte, Luis Ortiz is far less risk. When you weigh up Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury is far less risk, as in getting knocked out. Because even if Tyson Fury absolutely annihilated Deontay Wilder in the next rematch and quite clearly won every single round, 12 rounds, even if Tyson Fury didn't get hit to the canvas, Wilder will always say, well, you know what, I thought I did this and I thought I did that, and, you know, I don't quite agree with the decision and blah, blah, blah. But there's not much chance of him getting knocked out. With Dillian Whyte, there is a high risk, because Dillian Whyte can knock him out with either hand from a multitude of shots. Body shots, hence the body snatcher, the left hook. We've seen people go out cold with that. For the first time in Joseph Parker's career, he got down to the canvas. Lucas Brown smoothed out with that. The right uppercut is deadly. We've seen it. So very high risk, which is what Paulie Malignaggi is saying. Why fight Dillian Whyte when you don't have to? When there are other options out there where you could make decent money for far less risk. I agree with Paulie Malignaggi, and I believe that's exactly what Team Wilder are doing. Maybe it's Wilder himself, but I mean, listen, Wilder has even sent Dillian Whyte a personal DM saying, I'm going to freeze you out for 2 years. That's fear. He turned down an $8 million offer to fight Dillian Whyte, and he didn't want to do it. And that $8 million is more than what he made against Tyson Fury and Luis Ortiz combined. That tells you his whole story. So whether you believe Wilder wins or Dillian Whyte wins, it's irrelevant. The point is, Wilder, listen, I'm sure he's quite confident of beating Dillian Whyte, but he's not as confident as beating Dillian Whyte as he is with Tyson Fury or Luis Ortiz. And that's the facts of it. And in my opinion, he will only ever fight Dillian Whyte when he absolutely has to. Has no choice. Even then, I wouldn't put it past Deontay Wilder to just vacate the belts and retire. Anyway, it is what it is. I'll put a link to what Paulie Malignaggi said in the description box. Go give a listen to yourself. Come to your own thoughts on it as always, of course. Drop them below. Click thumbs up. Subscribe. Catch you all on the next one.